The biggest mistake I see when people decide on a dream is they just don't think big enough. They set small goals with some wimpy ass timelines. Don't do that. Don't have weak timelines. Instead, take stock in a 20-year plan. Now, I may have just, boom, knocked the wind right out of some of you when I said that. 20 years, it may feel like a lot, right? Why do I think in 20-year timelines? Because it takes that time to be the best. It takes decades, not months. I have lived and I have steered my life with 20-year plans. This is the timeline you need to be the best. Now, with my first declaration or life's dream, I wanted to be the best safety in the world, right? I figured when I was 9, then it would take me 15 years until I graduated and I was eligible for the NFL draft. And then it would take 5 years after that to win the Super Bowl. So 20 years total. In my new book, There's No Plan B for Your A Game, I talk about other 20-year plans that I've created. Now, what if you're thinking, I don't have 20 years to do this? Are you telling me that you're not going to be around in 20 years? Is that what you're telling me? Well, you're wrong. Those 20 years are coming for all of us. I'm going to be nearly 80 years old in 20 years. And you can bet I'm going to be spending those 20 years getting to be the best at something instead of phoning it in and whining about getting old. Now, when you give yourself 20 years, you can achieve anything. It's not about talent, it's about putting in the practice. If you run the miles, you'll get to the finish line. One of my favorite authors, Anders Ericsson, said, "There are no shortcuts and there are no prodigies." Ericsson is the godfather of what it takes to be world class. There are no shortcuts, there are no prodigies. So don't believe what the media tells you about this person's a natural or that person just has the right genes. There is no such thing. Unfortunately, we live in a world of hacks and shortcuts, and you're going to be tempted to shorten your timelines and get a quick fix. Don't do that. That robs you of your power. That long-term commitment is what gives you the power. Now, by the way, sometimes it doesn't take 20 years. It doesn't. It usually takes 12, maybe 15, maybe 18 years. The idea is, I want you to think I'm not going anywhere. I'm a lifer. So let's just stop right there for a minute. I want to ask you a question. Who has the most power in prison? The warden? The guards? The prisoners that are counting the days until they get released? None of them. It's the lifers who have all the power in prison. Why? Because they know they're spending their last day in a prison cell. They are not getting out early. They have nothing to lose. So that means when the prison door slams behind them, they hear it lock. I want you to treat your 20-year goal the same way. I want you to think of it like a life sentence, one you dedicate your life to achieving. Your commitment to your goal to becoming the best is now a life sentence. Start to decorate your jail cell, knowing that you are never going to leave. Think of your marriage or a would-be marriage that you'd like to have. The most successful marriages treat them, the marriage, like lifers. There's no option B. You're not getting out of that marriage. You're in that marriage for life. So guess what you do? You start to put down stakes. You start to build your own power because you know you're not going anywhere. Think about your ultimate vision, your declaration. Now, think in terms of it as your 20-year plan. Then, I want you to ask yourself, how will I make smaller commitments to stay on track with your long-term dream? How will you take those bite-sized pieces of time and use them to keep you on track, to keep you accountable to your own dreams? One last thought on this. It won't take you 20 years to be successful. It won't. You'll have success all along the way. You'll make money, you'll change your life, but you need that long time span to become the best, to fulfill on your declaration. And it doesn't need to be something new. It could be something you're currently doing. Let's say you want to be the best parent, or the best accountant, or the best spouse, or something else that you're doing right now, but now you want to be the best at it. Just name your intention and then get after it.